Today marks the first day that you can file to run for city council or mayor in the November elections. As of right now, 8 had filed to run. Now here are 2 as they filled out their paperwork for a filing packet that must be turned in by August 20th.
Now all seats are up for grabs. There are fewer incumbents because of midterm appointments.
There's 3 districts or 3 areas where there's not an incumbent, so people know that. District 1, there's no incumbent. Carolyn Bond, who was the former council member, is now serving at Commissioner's Court, so that position's open.
Everett Roy was appointed to that seat. District 3 council member Lucy Rubio was appointed as Justice of the Peace, so no incumbent there. And then Rudy Garza, who represents District 5, has decided to run for one of the at-large seats. You can pick up a filing packet at the city's secretary's office or download it from the city's website. The filing deadline will be at 5 p.m. on August 20th.